Morning, guys. Sorry that we are unable to do the live lesson this morning. It's unfortunately something that's happened on Microsoft Teams that means that we can't be doing it today. But instead, I've narrated this PowerPoint for you. Feel free to use this PowerPoint for today's lesson or these narrations, or if you think that you'll just be able to get on with doing the work because we're just carrying on from yesterday this morning, then please just look at the PowerPoint to see what you need to do and get on with the work. I am going to skip through all of yesterday's slides. So you'll see on the slide here, it says the 7th of January. I'm going to quickly skip through today's slides on the video. So they're going to rush past quite quickly, or hopefully they should. And then we're going to be starting from this morning. If you did miss yesterday and you need to look at the slides, Teams is still working. It's just we can't do the live lessons. So if you want to look at yesterday's lesson, it's in the files bar on our Microsoft team. Okay, so this is where we're properly starting today. So we are writing a top level opening. Yesterday we were crafting one, today we are writing one. So we did our planning yesterday. You might have seen the image quickly shoot across the screen. If you weren't here yesterday, like I said, you can look at yesterday's lesson on Teams, or the image will be up in roughly 90 seconds to 2 minutes on this video. So if you want to see the image first, because you weren't here yesterday, you might want to skip forwards and do the planning before coming back to the rest of the lesson. For now though, could you just write today's title, which is on the screen, and today's date, which is the 8th of January. So to start off with, it's exactly the same as what I showed you yesterday. It's marking this model answer. So read through this model answer and think what's good about it and what needs to be added. Remember from yesterday, we were looking for pathetic fallacy, sensory language, any imagery we could see, and that top level vocabulary. Also remember yesterday in my model answer, I didn't include many varied sentence lengths. There wasn't a second paragraph, obviously. There wasn't that many varied sentence starters. Remember, it's not the end of the world if you don't get that in your first paragraph, but make sure you're identifying, is it there or is it not, because you'll then need to do that later on, because it is better to have that variation. So I'd like you just in your books to write a list of at least 3 to 5 reasons for why this is a good example, but then also it's not perfect. So what would need to be added if you were to take this into the top band? Having done that, I now need you to write up your answer. So take 20 minutes now to write up a model answer. I want you to remember to try and include in any order some pathetic fallacy, some top level vocabulary, some sensory language, and some imagery. Try and get as much of that in as possible for your opening paragraph. It is only the opening paragraph today. Okay, so you don't have to worry about writing the whole narrative or the whole description, sorry. But if you would like to do that as a practice, please do, but don't spend any longer than about half an hour on it in total to give you that practice. So for today, all I'm expecting you is to get your opening paragraph done, spend up to 20 minutes on it. I'm expecting at least 100 words on that opening paragraph. If you are struggling, use that model answer to help you out, or like I say, look at yesterday's lesson. To finish off then, spend just now 5 to 10 minutes marking your own work. So underneath your own work in your purple pen, just write down what you think has gone well. So go back over it and look for these things: the sensory language, the sophisticated vocabulary, pathetic fallacy, metaphors, similes, personification, sentence starters, sentence lengths, range of punctuation. These are just some starting points for you. So go back and check, have you included these things, but also, have you done it successfully? So remember, if you have got a simile in there and you've said, it is like a yellow ball in the sky, not a very effective simile really, is it? Okay, it's quite low level that. It's not that sophisticated adjective. So what I'd like you to do is make sure you're looking at it and thinking, have I done this to the best of my ability? Is this top level? Once you have marked that, be thinking, what would need to be added then? How would I improve? You can go back into your own paragraph and with your purple pen start improving. So if you have done quite a low level simile, or if you have read back through and you think, oh, I could get a better adjective than this one that I've got, change that in your purple. Or if not, just be thinking, okay, what would I add next? If I was continuing this description, what would I add next? And remember what we were talking about in the opening paragraph, you're focusing on one thing specifically, and then you would be zooming out. If you do have any questions, please do email me or put it on the Show My Homework. Good luck, and hopefully we'll be back up and running next week.